Heat 6 welcomes 7th seed Witch Doctor. The return of Pinch. Flipper and experience of radar response. Newcomers Impulse. Newcomers Minotaur. And the runner-up from the last series, Disco Inferno. Welcome to Robot Wars, and the disco lights are switched on because it's the return of the runner-up from the last series, but in the last heat, the mighty claw of Razor triumphed in the arena. But that wasn't the story. The main story was that Danton Kier, one of the most famous victories he's ever had, defeated the 3rd seed's challenger. The heat was wide open, old rivalries were settled, and for the second time, Razor defeated Tornado, and fighting against each other for the first time ever, Razor then defeated the might of Chaos 2. It's not over though for Chaos 2. Razor books its place in the semi-finals. Chaos 2 has another chance because they'll go through to the Robot Redemption Battle. That's right, a 6-way battle to the finish, which will be played out in the semi-finals. 1 place up for grabs, but only 2 robots from that redemption battle will come back to meet the 6 robots who were all heat winners. We have 5 so far. Now it's time to fill the last spot with the return of Disco Inferno. The favourites for tonight's heat went all the way to the last fight and lost to Revolutionist. Virtually unstoppable last year, and Disco Inferno have some tough competition this heat. And not only will they be up against each other, they'll be up against the perils of the arena, with the arena hazards of the flipper, the spikes, the flames, and the pit of oblivion looming over as ever. The house robots, and of course, press the button for the rogue robot, the fog of war, or the pit of oblivion. Oh yes, the arena has it all. And for this heat, let me tell you this, it's going to be a battle of the spinners, because 4 spinners are featured tonight. Pinch and Impulse will join Disco Inferno to see who can come out on top for the first of our melees.
Disco Inferno, spinner, seeded number 2.
It danced all the way to the grand final in the last series. It was only one of 2 robots to make it to the last waltz. It's never failed to reach the semi-finals. This is the robot to beat. However, the only weakness I point out, it's unchanged since its last encounter. And here was Disco Inferno last year. We had bits flying off, robots, cameras shattered, and robots' dreams shattered. It disposed of Behemoth and UFR2 before coming up against Flipper in the heat final. Even though Disco Inferno have never quite made it, they deserve it. They really do, because in the semi-finals, Thor, BattleBots had no chance against this disc. Not even the then champions challenger could outmaneuver and outdance this disc. It was only Revolutionist who stopped this machine last year in the grand final, the last hurdle, the last fight, the last dance. How will they do this year?
Pinch, Crusher.
It might look flimsy, it might look weak, it might be the lightest robot in the melee, but Pinch can certainly punch, and it certainly did that in the last series. I'll note this though, it has a deadly sting in the tail. We all know what that is. It's a flipper at the rear end.
Impulse, Spinner.
New to the main competition, we've not seen Impulse perform in any wars. However, in Extreme 3 it came runner-up with its partner, Royal Pain. Can this horizontal disc stun us all and become the next Revolutionist? but for now it's got a deadly vertical flywheel to contend with, and a little pincher in the first of our 2 melees. Oh, this is going to be great.
Robot is stand by.
In the arena, patrolling. Brightening up the arena with her lovely tusks, it's Matilda.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Disco Inferno to the right, ranked number 2. Can it get one better? And already we can see that it's just taken a complete chunk out of the side of Poor Impulse, but never mind Poor Impulse, we should be looking at Poor Pinch. It's got punched, both wheels have come off. Pinch. Pinch! Oh. It's getting absolutely... This is ganging up. This is playground bullying. Arena bullying. Refbot, come in and help Poor Pinch. They're teaming up here against Pinch. It's just been shattered. Been absolutely shattered in seconds. Oh, goodness me. Refbot, you're going to need to come and do something here. There's nothing left to Pinch. Pinch has just been absolutely annihilated. Well, we did warn you this was going to be the heat of the spinners, and Poor Pinch has been on the end of some devastating blows. I like the look of Impulse. Hugely impressive. In comes Disco Inferno, and I think has done more damage on the underbelly here of Impulse. There goes a whole wheel. We're going to need someone to come in and sweep up after the arena. Well, I'm not doing it. I have to pay me overtime. You want me to come and sweep up in that arena? Someone's going to have to do it. Refbot's looking on. The flames now. Will they come into play? I'm not too sure. I'll focus here. I don't know which part Refbot's going to go to count Pinch out. The little bit there outside with the Disco Inferno, which is bowing to the audience. Is the little bit of the wheel there. Counting out something. I'm not sure what it was. 70. Refbot's as confused and dazed as I am. Because that was absolute annihilation. What a fight. Oh, it was over so quickly. This was the killer blow. The wheels. Oh, goodness me. Pinch. Well, it has had problems in the past with its wheels, but in the arena against 2 very good-looking spinners, no chance. Oh, I'm going to need to lie down after this. I really am. This was impressive. Impulse. What an amazing attack this is. Now, they actually come second. Disco Inferno, of course, immobilising Impulse, ripping off the underbelly. So Disco Inferno win that first heat. Pinch. Oh, goodness me, they'll qualify for the pinball if they can get the robot fixed in time. They've got about 6 minutes. God. Melee 2. 2 more spinners. It's Minotaur, Witch Doctor, and the experienced radar response.
Witch Doctor, Spinner, seeded number 7.
Now, if you want an underdog for this series, look no further than Witch Doctor. They debuted in the last series. They had a very hotly contested heat, but it was the only robot to defeat Revolutionist. It comes back with a self-righting arm. Will that be the main improvement? Because last year they had an amazing war. They defeated Onslaught, Wild Things, Robovore, and, as I said just before, the only robots to beat Revolutionist. This was impressive. They even beat Storm 3 in the semi-finals. Very little could survive this devastating drum. Unfortunately lost to Challenger in the last fight of the semi-finals. Can we see more here from Witch Doctor for this series? Watch this space.
Radar response, Flipper.
Had every success in the 4th series, reaching its semi-final, its only semi-final. Radar Response returned for a 5th go at the title. Luck and time haven't been on their side recently. They're hoping to do better this time around.
Minotaur, Drone Spinner.
This is an interesting weapon. It will see red and come after you. Minotaur, all the way from the US of A, Hasn't competed before. It's a first-time competitor in the series. It's invertible. I'm really looking forward to seeing Minotaur in the arena. And here we go. 2 more devastating spinners and the flipper of radar response.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1.
Casting a spell on you in the arena is Witch Doctor, the 7th seed, returning for second go at the title. Radar response, very experienced. We're hoping for better things for radar response this time around. Seems to deplete in confidence each year we see it, but look at Minotaur already bouncing on towards the spike pit. That's not going to help matters. Minotaur needs to control itself. It's new to the arena. There are hazards. Look, it's dodging. It's going into Matilda in the flame pit, which is not going to help anyone. Another good flip there from radar response. Minotaur, now they can't self-drive. They are invertible. Witch Doctor, is everything okay with Witch Doctor? Not another seed about to crash out. We've seen so many seeds crash out of the tournament so early on for this series. So has been the ferocity and I don't know, the unpredictability of these fights. Something's come off. I think that was a bit of Witch Doctor, really. Oh, goodness me, Minotaur very close to getting flipped by the flipper. Flipper being a bit slow there, but as you can see now, it's all about these 2 discs. It's the vertical drum versus the horizontal drum as radar response tries to flip both of them. The thing is with radar response, the flipper, yes it can flip and yes it's got the lowest ground clearance, but look, you can see that Minotaur is invertible, so they can work both ways up. It might get a little bit difficult to control Minotaur because obviously left will be right and right will be left on the controls. Always the case with an invertible machine. Witch Doctor now coming in, and all of a sudden radar response has flipped itself, and Witch Doctor finding the Achilles heel there, which is of course the gas bottle, the flipper, the fire extinguisher which powers that flipper, and Witch Doctor has taken advantage. Look at this. This is the power of the number 7 seeds, the spinning, the drum howling, you can hear it, devastating across the arena, nearly towards Matilda. Matilda's looking to come out to play. Get back into your corner, Matilda. It's alright, you can come out and have a bit of a nibble and a torment and try and get rid of radar response, because at the moment I don't think radar response, I think radar response has lost its wheels, and now Minotaur has gone up and over. Oh, and a flip from Matilda, gone up and over Witch Doctor there. Minotaur back onto its wheels. Look at the lights, it's a great feature there. Matilda flips, devastating attack here from the house robots, doing a wobble. Look at that. Now this is the thing, isn't it? You see, is left right, left is right when you're upturned. But look at Witch Doctor tearing into the image of radar response. Are you responding? Radar response, can you hear me? Can you respond to me in the arena? Oh! Minotaur's just done damage. Well, that's what you get for damaging our arena. Goodness me, Witch Doctor. Minotaur did the damage, but radar response isn't responding. This is another devastating exit, I fear. Look at that flip. And the arm! Now, this is the thing. If Witch Doctor hadn't have landed on its feet then, it would have gone out. We could have lost a seed. At the moment, though, I think radar response has been on its back for far too long. Witch Doctor being as cheeky as ever, casting a spell on you. Well, Refbot's going to do the same back and has cast a yellow card. Witch Doctor, please be careful. Matilda now coming in for the kill. Out goes radar response. They've never lost a first round match. That is a shocker. Well, it means that we have 4 spinners in round 2, but this is the devastation that both these spinners have put onto radar response. And radar response, time to go back to the drawing board, maybe. Out they go. We hope to see them back at some point, but now we focus on the Heat semi-finals because we've got 4 spinners. Witch Doctor came out on top, which means that for the first time the seeds will be kept apart, both seeds performing well for their individual melee. But now we go over to the pinball, and this is a board I never thought I'd see. Arctic Cassius 2 Challenger there. Goodness me. But who is next? It's between Pinch and radar response. Our judges have sided with Pinch for the final run.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
275 points to beat. And Pinch have done remarkably well to get the robot back up and running from the absolute decimation it received in the last round. It's doing very well here with the bricks. That's some point topped up there already now. If they can just get past Dead Metal, they could be onto a winner here, and they have done. The big 75 goes. Now hit the 50-point target. This is a great run here from Pinch. All the top scoring targets hit. It's now getting the little bitty bits. Pinch. Well, I thought they'd done well losing a wheel. They've just lost one wheel, and I think Pinch. So overwhelming, but now underwhelmingly out. No idea where I was going with that one. Dead Metal hits the bricks, hits the barrels over. Oh, and the flipper. Well, the barrels won't count. Oh, they started so well. Well, points will be added. That's 20 points for the seesaw. Then the bricks went. This was a great first half, should we say. And, of course, the 75 points. Lobster versus Lobster? Scorpion? And Pinch won that one. 50 points target there with the brick. Very careful not to go out the arena, but then ended with both wheels coming off once again. Pinch, we love you. And Pinch has won the pinball tournament. Oh, goodness me. Can you believe it? They have trounced the opposition, and we've saved the best till last. How convenient is that? Which means Pinch is our Pinball Warrior champion for the 8th war. Well deserved, considering the beating you got this series. Well done. But now we go back to the main competition. 4 spinners in the arena together. How on earth do you pick between them? The favourites are the Seeds, Disco Inferno and Minotaur, first in the arena. House robots patrolling. It's the delightful Dead Metal. And the cuddly Killalot. I won't call him cuddly, but he's there in the arena anyway. Roboteers, be aware.
Roboteers, stand by.
And can the number 2 seeds here come out on top against the newcomers?
3, 2, 1.
Because the thing is with Minotaur in the first melee, we didn't really see it perform that well. And Disco Inferno has just completely torn off. Look at that, the top panel of Minotaur. It comes crashing down to the arena. That's devastating, and so is that. Disco Inferno's disc has just been ripped off. Oh, well, they've had trouble in the past. Listen to it scuttle across the arena. That's it for Disco Inferno. They've got no weapon. Are we in for a shock here? The pit descends. Pushed on by Minotaur here now. The newcomers now in control. The second seed in all sorts of trouble as Minotaur again goes for the fog of war. They're using the arena hazards here to try and help them win this, because now that they know they're on a bit of a winning streak, because Disco Inferno has nothing apart from maybe a bit of push. Well, it's certainly got the more pushing power, but in terms of weaponry, this is an absolute, well, it's completely, I'm completely shocked. Killalot now, you see Disco Inferno's pushed Minotaur in towards the house robots, and this is Disco Inferno's way of saying, I'm a bit scared now, I'm going to use Killalot to help out. Now Killalot cannot place Minotaur in the pit, that is not allowed. Well, Minotaur now on its side of the wheels on the ground, I'm not too sure. Disco Inferno on its way to losing. No, it's not! Oh, just as you thought, you've seen it all. Cease called, which means, oh, I don't believe it. Minotaur, they got themselves into such a tizzy. The initial damage done here by Disco Inferno before they lost the disc. One attack then, and all that was splendid to see. I can't believe it. They've driven into the pit. They were going to win this. Look, the disc came flying off. And again, look at that. Absolute carnage. Self-inflicted, but I said this in the first melee, didn't I? When they're invertible, left is right, right is left, they don't know which side, which way to steer, and they've steered into the pit. The worst place to steer into. That's lack of experience for me. Well, it shouldn't be that result. It really shouldn't. Minotaur completely mistimed that. What a shame. Next, it's Witch Doctor and Impulse.
Robot ears, stand
Well,
by.
the heat of the spinners is living up to its name.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
On paper, Witch Doctor should win this, and already bits coming off. I think that's Impulse in towards Dead Metal. Now that's somewhere you don't really want to stay, because in goes the saw onto the wheels. Remember, those wheels did come off in the last round. Has Impulse lost its manoeuvrability? Another side panel come off. Oh goodness me! And again, Witch Doctor, it has a habit of losing its shell. Not, well, superficial really, cosmetic damage, but it can't self-right without its shell. However, Impulse here is getting absolutely pummeled by the 7 seeds. Oh, and a grapple now by the disc. This was the first impact. Look, one side coming off. Oh, that's splendid to see. Can Impulse do anything? Why isn't Impulse moving? Have they lost manoeuvrability? The spikes raised. Remember, they got a beating really from Disco Inferno in the last round. Their underside came up. Oh, I think it has, you know. I don't think they've repaired themselves. Impulse, what a shame this is. Impulse had so much potential. If they come in out now, you don't want to stay there. That's the pit of oblivion there. Witch Doctor only needs to send the pin. Killalot. Oh, you don't want to stay anywhere near Killalot. Killalot did so. Oh! I was going to say Killalot did all the damage in the last melee in the exact same position, but the batteries have come out. The wheels have fallen off. Witch Doctor casting a spell on Impulse. Impulse, you need to find your pulse. Quick, because it's not working at the moment. The Fog of War, that's an extra addition, a hazard you've got to be careful of now in the arena. Oh, goodness me. Witch Doctor now, through the smoke and the fog, we get to the nitty-gritty detail of the fight. And at the moment here, oh, that was such a shame. Well, I think Impulse, even though it's been counted out by RefBot, they could have done so much more. Witch Doctor did all the damage with that horrible weapon. It's so small but so effective. Witch Doctor making its way to another heat final here, but now it's just the carcass. And what Killalot decides to do with poor Impulse now, heartbeat has stopped. As Killalot now comes in for the kill. Oh, what? What a drive from Witch Doctor. Struggled to keep up with that particular charge. Oh, Dead Metal on towards the spike pit. The spikes aren't raised, which means only one thing. X marks the spot. Any second now, Impulse. Your time is up. Oh, it's a cooker. Oh, goodness me. Decimation. Oh, absolute carnage.
Cease.
Well, Witch Doctor on the attack straight away, head-on collision. And again, that was the damage. Once the batteries came out, that was it for poor Impulse. The heartbeat stopped. Oh, just to add insult to injury. A cooker. You a bad cook, Impulse. Someone's trying to tell you something there. Out they go. And we have a clash of the top 2 seeds of the heat. Disco Inferno and Witch Doctor. What a fight this is going to be. Because Disco Inferno coming back for another attempt. It came so close last year. Can justice be served here? If they make it through, it'll be their 5th heat final they've won. They've come runner-up twice. They've made the semi-finals and 4th place. This is the favourite. But you've got to admire Witch Doctor. For me, Witch Doctor has been the more impressive robot of the heat. They've done the more damage. They've ended the fights with a clear win. For me, like I said at the start of the heat, the underdog here, but what do I know? I always get it wrong. Witch Doctor, they'll cast a spell, but will they waltz once more with the disc of Disco Inferno on the dance floor for their heat final? What a match.
Robotians, stand by.
Two discs collide, but who is going to come out on top? In the arena, Matilda returns, and for the first time tonight, it's sympathetic shunt. It's sympathetic. Who writes this stuff? It's not sympathetic at all. Fire the writer.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
What a heat final we have, though. It's just so great to see. We've got two seeded machines here, and believe it or not, this is the first time in the entire series two seeds have gone head to head. Such has been the shock and the astonishment of the 8th series. Oh, a bit's come off. It's flown off. That went flying. Look at this. The impact bounced off the Perspex barrier. Hit Matilda. Wouldn't take kindly to that. Scuttling across, landing on the pit. What an attack from the disc here. Now then, Witch Doctor. Oh, and there goes another side. Well, do you know what? I don't know why I bet money on this. Here's me thinking Witch Doctor is going to stun us all here, but Disco Inferno well on the way here of making through to another semi-finals. Adding insult now is Shunt with an axe. Has that caused any damage as the flames look on in the distance? Witch Doctor here needs points on the board, because if it goes to a judge's decision, at the moment Disco Inferno will have the decision. Oh no, until the spikes come into play. Now the disc works, but they've got no Shremek. Now Witch Doctor, you just need to leave Disco Inferno alone. The second seed's the runner-up from the last series. The robot that's never failed to get out of their heat are on the verge of complete humiliation here. Look at this. It was the spikes. Out of all of the hazards in the arena, the spikes are going to end Disco Inferno's campaign. I can't believe I've set that placing on. Oh, it's good skill placing on towards the pit. All Witch Doctor needs to do is press the pit button. Is it going to be? Yes, I think it will. More control than that, Witch Doctor. Pressing the pit. No, it's the fog of war. It's the wrong arena hazard. Well, it looks good, but in terms of actually ending Disco Inferno's career, not quite yet. It has been on its back though for longer than 30 seconds. I think we're in for one of the biggest shocks. We've seen so many shocks here in the 8th Wars. This is going to add to them. Not even the floor flipper can help them out here. Now Witch Doctor well on the way to reaching another semi-final here. Witch Doctor now coming in for the kill is the disc of Disco Inferno. Once trying to help itself right with the gyroscopic speed. Witch Doctor placing Disco Inferno. All it needs now is for the button to hit right. Is it going to be the Pit of Oblivion this time? It is! Oh, and out goes Disco Inferno. What a shock. I am absolutely in awe of this machine. The underdog of the heat goes through and spinning to win. What an achievement. The 7th seed's through, which means next time our redemption battle has 4 of the toughest top rated robots in the redemption battle. I never thought I'd say that. Such has been the ferocity of the seeds going out. I just cannot believe it. Well, that is the redemption battle. What a fight that's going to be. But for now, let's just take a minute. Witch Doctor has cast a spell in the arena. The disc stops working. The disco lights fade because Witch Doctor are through to the series semi-finals. Next time, our 6 heat winners meet in the semi-finals. But that's only half the story, as 2 robots from our redemption battle aim for a place in the semi-finals.